Some engines don't just power cars. They define eras, inspire legends, and make your heart race with a single roar. They're the mechanical heart of automotive masterpieces, pumping not just fuel and air, but pure, unadulterated emotion. From Ferrari's symphonic V12 to Dodge's thunderous HEMI, these aren't just lumps of metal, they're the stuff of dreams. Today we dive into the engines that made history. The Ferrari V12. Imagine, if you will, a Tuscan sunset. You're behind the wheel of a gleaming 275 GTB, the leather warm beneath your fingertips. As you hit the throttle, 12 cylinders erupt in perfect harmony. This, my friends, is not just an engine, it's an opera. It's Pavarotti hitting a high note at 10,000 RPM. From the very first roar of a 125S to the breathtaking howl of the Enzo Ferrari, the V12 has been the soul of Maranello. It's the engine that powered Lauda to victory, that made men weep with joy at Monza. The V12 isn't efficient or practical, but who cares? It's an orchestra of pistons and fire, and it makes every drive a symphony of speed. Now, if the Ferrari V12 is a delicate opera, the Dodge HEMI is a thumping war drum. It's the sound of raw, untamed American muscle, the kind that sends shivers down your spine and makes your chest hair sprout out of control. This, my friends, is an engine that doesn't just move a car, it unleashes a force of nature. Those hemispherical combustion chambers aren't just a fancy design, they're the secret to the HEMI's brute strength. More air, more fuel, more power. It's a simple recipe, but by God does it work. From the drag strips to the Daytona 500, the HEMI has left its mark on motorsport history. But more than that, it's become a cultural icon. When you hear that distinctive rumble, you know America's about to show the world what it's made of. The 1990s, grunge was on the radio, the internet was just a baby, and Toyota unleashed a legend upon the world, the 2JZ. This straight-six engine, nestled in the heart of the Supra, wasn't just powerful, it was overbuilt, bulletproof, and practically begged to be tuned. See, the 2JZ was like that kid in school who aced every exam without even trying. It laughed in the face of boost, scoffed at nitrous, and just kept on pulling. It became the darling of the tuning world, a blank canvas for horsepower junkies to create four-wheeled monsters. The 2JZ's legend wasn't built on racing pedigree or factory horsepower figures. It was forged on the streets, in garages, and on late-night canyon runs. It's the engine that proved that sometimes simple engineering, when done right, can be utterly extraordinary. While the Americans were busy adding cylinders and the Italians were crafting operas, BMW quietly perfected the art of the Inline-6. This engine, my friends, is all about smoothness, balance, and that addictive, creamy power delivery that makes you want to carve corners all day long. Think of it like a perfectly tailored suit, elegant, refined, and effortlessly cool. It's the engine that made the BMW M3 a legend, the soundtrack to countless alpine passes conquered with precision and grace. The BMW Inline-6 isn't about brute force or screaming revs, it's about finesse, about that perfect throttle response, about feeling the engine and the car working as one. It's the automotive equivalent of a well-aged whiskey complex, rewarding and utterly satisfying. Some engines are complex symphonies of technology, others are, just brutal exercises in power. And then there's the Volkswagen air-cooled flat 4, an engine so simple, so utterly reliable, it's practically agricultural. But don't let that fool you. This little engine changed the world. It put millions of people on wheels, from the flower power VW Beetles to the iconic camper vans that became synonymous with adventure. It chugged across deserts, climbed mountains, and became the soundtrack to countless road trips. The air-cooled flat 4 wasn't fast or glamorous, but it was utterly dependable, like a trusty old dog that's always happy to see you. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest engineering feats are the ones that simply work day in and day out without complaint. We've covered some legends, but the world of engines is vast, a veritable jungle of horsepower and torque. So, in the spirit of a quick pit stop, let's give a nod to some honorable mentions. The Chevy LS V8, America's workhorse, as happy in a pickup truck as it is in a Corvette. It's the engine equivalent of duct tape, versatile, reliable, and you can practically build a house with it. The Porsche Flat 6, the sound of Le Mans, a high-revving masterpiece that's as at home on the track as it is on the Autobahn. It's proof that sometimes there's no substitute for good old-fashioned German engineering. The Ford EcoBoost. In an era of downsizing and efficiency, Ford's turbocharged EcoBoost engines are squeezing impressive power from surprisingly small packages. They're proof that you can have your cake and eat it too, even if it's a low-emission fuel-sipping cake. And finally, a nod to the Mazda Rotary. The Wankel engine, with its spinning Doritos of power, has always been a bit of an oddball, but its unique sound and cult following have earned it a place in automotive history. As we've seen, engines are more than just lumps of metal. They're symbols, stories, and emotions all rolled into one. They're the beating hearts of our automotive dreams, the soundtrack to our journeys, and the source of countless arguments in pubs and garages around the world. From the high-pitched wail of a Ferrari V12 to the guttural roar of a Dodge HEMI, each engine has its own unique character, its own story to tell. They've shaped automotive history, inspired countless gearheads, and continue to ignite our passion for all things automotive. So the next time you hear an engine roar to life, take a moment to appreciate the symphony of engineering beneath the hood. It's a reminder that even in our increasingly digital world, there's still something magical about the sound of pistons pumping and combustion happening right behind the steering wheel. Which engine do you think is the greatest of all time? Let us know in the comments. AutoGuru, where car passion meets engine history. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the engines that defined eras. From the artistry of Italy to the raw power of America, from the precision of Germany to the ingenuity of Japan, these engines have left an indelible mark on automotive history, but the story doesn't end here. The debate over the greatest engine of all time will likely rage on for generations to come. Which engine speaks to your soul?